What's up, internet basketball junkies? In today's video, we're going to cover my 5 favorite drills for transition offense that you can use with your team in your team practices to help sharpen up your transition offense.
My favorite drill to work on transition offense off of an opponent missed shot or a turnover. I get a lot of emails asking how we work on our transition, so I wanted to make the video to show you guys how we do it. This is what we call a fire scrimmage, and this is a drill we do nearly every day in practice to refine how we organize and advance the ball when we acquire it. Quick shout out to Fast Model Sports. They have excellent tools for coaches to build playbooks and scout opponents, and it's what I've used my entire coaching career. With that said, let's get into the rules for a fire scrimmage. Fire scrimmages are run in quick 2 to 3 minute bursts. They start on a dead ball with a coach shooting and missing, and both teams lined up inside the 3-point line except for the point guards. They are at half court. We put the point guards at half court to stop any long touchdown passes from happening because both teams are fighting for the rebound, and whichever team grabs the ball pushes to the other end of the court in transition, executing our principles for how we advance the ball. I won't go into all the details on how we do that, but we'll refer you to a link in the description. On a make or a miss, we were ready to race the ball to the other end and play with pace. The first drill we're looking at now we called primary cycles. I think this is a fairly common transition drill where we have 41 seconds on the clock and we are trying to complete 5 trips down the court. We always went in order, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 on who takes the shot on each trip. On each trip down the court, we needed to end on a make. So if whoever's turn it was to shoot on that trip down the court happened to miss, we needed to rebound the ball and lay it back in. We would usually require 2 or 3 groups to get all 5 shots made in time before moving on. Drill. Full court layups is a warm-up drill. I would categorize more of a skill development drill. We use this at the beginning of practice after a dynamic stretch to get players moving without putting them at risk of injury. I like the drill because the outlet passing element of the drill is important for our transition offense. This is training the rebounder to pivot up the court once the ball is secured. Obviously in the drill they throw the long pass as well, which is part of our transition approach as well. But the habit of simply rebounding and pivoting up the court to look up the court is huge. You can't pass the ball up the court if you can't look up the court quickly. And this drill really trains the players to pivot to face up the court on their rebound. Shooting machines accelerate player performance and provide innovative game-like workouts. And shout out to Fast Model Sports, the #1 software programs for high school coaches. I use Fast Draw on all the diagrams you see in my videos. Now let's dive into today's drill. Today's drill is more of a game structure than an actual drill. We call it Calvin. I have no idea why. The high school coach that I stole it from called it Calvin, and I don't remember the reason why, but I tried to rename it multiple times, but every time it was time to do the drill, I seem to always call this drill or game Calvin. Calvin is a 3-on-2 continuous game with help coming. The game is played in half-court 3-on-3 sequences with players running on and dropping off as the ball goes up and down the court. As the ball crosses half-court in each possession, the help coming sprints from the sideline to touch the center circle, then is live, giving the offense a slight advantage to work with. The defense uses tandem defense principles to hold the fort until the third defender gets into the play. Rim runs. I think it's a creative way to work on your transition or warm-up for practice. The biggest thing we want to train here is our post players on a dead sprint from rim to rim. In a 4-out, 1-in transition offense, the rim runner putting stress on the defense really opens things up for everyone else. So we are trying to put some pressure on the big men to make quick transitions from rebounding to running the floor. Even slight hesitations before they begin their rim sprint can sabotage the possession. In our 4-out, 1-in break, we like the 1-to-5 pass over top of the defense the best, but it's not something that happens very frequently. Still, the reps at having the post player catching the ball on the move and having to finish is a good simulation of how our rim runner functions to burn the defense in transition.